Hi, my name is Michele Bachmann. I wanted to have just a moment with you to talk to you about the United States of America, why we are so blessed as a nation, and what our legacy is dependent upon. It's dependent upon prayer. And the reason why I'm talking about the future is because we have such a glorious and magnificent past. America has been singularly blessed among nations of the earth, I believe, for one reason. And it's because we have been blessed by the hand of God. And why is that? It's because the founders of this nation recognized that the strength of our nation wasn't dependent upon themselves. It wasn't dependent upon their education. It wasn't dependent upon their status. It wasn't dependent upon their wealth. It was dependent upon the blessing and the uplifting of the magnificent hand of an almighty and sovereign God. You see, the founders of this nation were raised to believe that the God of the Bible was the same yesterday, today, and forever. And that the promises of God that were given to the children of Israel in the Old Testament were also promises that we ourselves could appropriate to ourselves as a nation if we humbled ourselves, if we bowed our hearts and our heads before a holy God. Then God would hear from heaven. And if we confessed our sins before God, He would hear that confession, forgive this land, and He would build it up. And we have over 225 years of watching the blessing of God on this land. And just like Abraham Lincoln said, do we think that we are the ones who secured this for ourselves? How foolish, how arrogant we would be. It isn't that we gave the blessing. It's what God wrote through Moses in Deuteronomy. We choose life or we choose death. We choose it by whether or not we choose to live and walk out the precepts that have been set out. The precepts for life, the precepts for blessing. Or do we choose cursing and do we choose death?